Hey everybody, it's Janice with Creating Through Chaos. I'm going to start this project off with this lantern from Dollar Tree and this flexible cutting board. I am going to start by cutting them into pieces that will fit into the lantern. So I just made a pattern from one that I already did, and then I'm going to cut out another two. So I need three of them all together. So I'm just going to cut it, and all I did was to get a pattern was lay the cutting board on top of the lantern and then just traced out around it and then trimmed it to fit inside. So I'm going to need three of these all together. So once I have those all cut out, I'm going to take this napkin that I had from my bundles, and I'm going to put some Mod Podge right on the cutting board itself, or cutting mat. And I'm just going to put a nice light coat on there. And at first I tried to lay the napkin on it, but then I realized that it was easier just to lay the cutting board onto the napkin. So as you can see, I'm laying the napkin on there. And then I realized that it was just a lot easier to flip it over and lay it on that way. And I got a lot less wrinkles doing that. So I'm just going to smooth that out with my hand. And then just cut off all the excess around it. And I used my blow dryer to dry it before I cut it. And I'm just going to make sure that it's really dry. And while I'm blow drying, I'm actually like pressing down on it and removing the wrinkles, or as many of them as I could. And then here I cut out the excess. And then I'm going to repeat the same process for the other two. And you only want to do 3 sides because you want to be able to put the candle in and out at the end. So again, just putting that Mod Podge on the cutting mat and then laying it down on the napkin. And again, just smoothing it out with my hands. Once I have all 3 of them done, I'm going to take my scissors and trim around the edges, and then I used my sanding block to sand off whatever excess after they were all dry. So just trim off all that excess. I tried to get as close as I could so I didn't have to do as much sanding because I didn't want to pull the napkin too much. Once I have them all trimmed out and sanded off, I'm going to start gluing them inside the lantern. So I'm just going to lay the lantern down, stick my glue gun in there, and just kind of glue all around all of the edges. And then I'm going to take it and lay it in there, and then flip it around and make sure that I have it, the pattern where I want it in the center of the hole. And look at how cute this is so far. I'm going to repeat the same process for the other 3. So it's kind of hard to get my glue gun in there. I probably should have used my smaller one. So if you have a smaller glue gun, it's going to be a lot easier for you. Or you can use like an E6000 or Aleene's tacky glue would work. I did the glue gun so that I can pop these back out when the season's over and maybe do one for a different season. And there it is with all 3 sides done. Next, I'm going to take some greenery, and I just cut apart a pick that I had. And I'm just going to lay that on the top. I'm kind of trimming down the end pieces. And I'm just going to start laying those on top of the lantern. And then adding more glue. Just keep putting on the pieces that I want. And then I had this little berry pick, and I'm going to add that to that as well. Just kind of holding it all on there till the glue sets up. Once the glue was fully dry, I made a bow out of some mesh ribbon from Dollar Tree, and I just tied off the center with a red pipe cleaner. And I'm going to put that right on top of that greenery and a little bit onto the lantern. Kind of hold that in place for a minute. And then I'm going to trim the excess. So I'm just going to line them up, make sure that they were even, cut the excess, and that is it. This project is finished. I think this turned out so super cute. I absolutely love it. And look how pretty it turned out. I'm going to add the candle in. And as you can't see it right now because it was light, but this is what it looks like when it's all lit up. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this project. I hope it inspires you to make one. And as always, don't forget to spread the chaos.